So 42%. Anybody want to take a wild guess at what that number represents? 42% of businesses fail because nobody wants to buy what you're selling. Which obviously is a duh moment. Of course, if you're offering something nobody wants, why would they buy it? What I try and do with clients is to make sure they vet their idea to make sure that they have a decent chance of success. Okay. So this is what we're going to be going over today. And if you feel like you're going to be drinking from a fire hose, you probably, it's probably accurate. There's a lot of information that's going to be coming through here today. I'm going to be touching on all of these areas. Again, feel free to sign up for services. It's relatively easy, and I'm more than happy to work with you and making sure that everything's in place for you to be successful with your business. Next question I get asked a lot is, I need money. Where do I get it? So most people think about going to a bank and getting a bank loan for a business. And that's a great place to go because that's what banks are set up to do. The SBA does not make, everybody says they're going to get an SBA loan. Not necessarily the case. They're going to get an SBA guaranteed loan. There are three basic loans that banks tend to use. One's called a microloan, and that's $50,000 or less. And there's a 7A loan, which is $50,000 all the way up to $5 million, and a 504 loan, which is basically for the purchase of commercial property, ag loans, those kinds of things, heavy duty equipment that you're not going to expense, you're going to write off over a period of time. Grants, there are some grants out there. There's more coming up. The two big ones, the one big one that everybody knows about is the SBIR, Small Business Innovative Research Grant. It's a federal grant. Persistence is the name of the game of getting that grant. It's really set up to fund scientific research and education and stuff that can be commoditized down the line, projects that can be commoditized down the line. So if you have an education program that's revolutionary in some way, shape, or form or another, that they feel could be rolled out on a very large level and money could be made on it, they're going to fund that. Okay. There's a sweet little grant for women set up strictly for women. It's called an Amber Grant. And again, you have crowdfunding and friends and family is another way to raise money, and credit cards during the previous, not this recession, the previous recession. That was the way a lot of businesses got going, through those three things, and in conjunction with that, friends and family, some credit cards, and maybe a little crowdfunding, and they were able to get their business off the ground. But when you start looking at hiring people, you really want to get in touch with our office. We have an amazing guy that provides HR support for you, again, for free and confidentially. And he will make sure that you're going to be classifying your people in the right way. So having employees and managing them properly is a good thing because it allows you to have a life. It also allows you to have a business that has value to it and is able to be sold at any point in time. Things like documentation, things like good profit and loss statements and balance sheets, financial reports, really solid leases, add value to your business. So don't be afraid to employ those things, because at some point in time, you may want to sell the business. Okay, tips and tricks. Here's something I think it's really important for people to get to do from the time they decide they're going to start a business till the time you get the doors open or open for business. First of all, negotiate all your lease terms. All right. Sometimes the terms are more important than the actual asking price. Anytime you take notes with a regulatory agent or a leasing agent, take notes every time you have a meeting with someone. Sometimes the story changes from one day to the next. There's a lot of information that's going to be flying at you. You need to make sure you can keep track of everything. And contemporaneous notes really carry a lot of weight. So make sure you do that. Here's a basic checklist for launch, top of the list. Get some help from the SBDC. You'll get going faster. You'll make the changes that you need to make quickly. You'll have a lot more fun and you'll be more successful. And there's all kinds of data showing that SBDC clients when they start the business are more profitable. They hire more people. You just have you literally have a full-on consulting team at your service for no charge and completely confidential.